if you get a condition like today where you get drop in temperature, a high pressure system coming, northwest winds, they migrate along those frontal lines. And 2 or 3 years ago, we counted 35,000 monarchs one day, right at Fort Tilden. I don't expect that today, but that was when we had all these seaside goldenrods.
But it's not in bloom yet.
It's not in bloom yet. It won't be in bloom till the end of September. So maybe next year we'll have it a little bit. But we still will see monarchs. They're still starting to move. We'll see some. But we'll also point out hawks. We could see some good hawks. September 10th. Does everybody know what an osprey is? Those big fish hawks, fish-eating hawks that nest right here in Jamaica Bay with 5-foot wingspan. We counted 206 ospreys in one day from Fort Tilden. We're right on the beach, high up. Most people aren't aware of this.
Yeah.
And we have a hawk watcher over there now. I spoke to him this morning. This morning, in the first hour, he had 60 raptors. Most of them were kestrels, a small falcon. So this is the first of the best kestrel days coming through. So we may see some of those. So if you're coming with us this afternoon and you're driving, you'll need a permit for your car. We have permits over there. Let's say you Pollinator Festival. And we'll meet here, say at 12:30 we'll start thinking about heading over there.
And those of us who don't have cars?
Those of you who don't have cars, we can carpool as much as possible if you want. You don't have to.
Do they have the permits now? So you get it notice?
Yeah, there are plenty of permits. We won't run out of permits.
So Don, you want to say hi to the online audience who are tuning in for the festival?
We are live on Facebook.
We are.
Hello, everybody out there in Zoom world.
Can everybody wave to the folks in Zoom world?
Yay!
Yay, Zoom world!
So
happy to have everyone here.
yes, yeah, great to have you. This is our 4th annual Pollinator/Monarch Festival. This is a monarch. Everybody knows a monarch. It should be our national insect. There was a big fight between the honeybee and the monarch. But the honeybee actually is not native. The monarch is. So we're going to be looking later for monarchs. We'll look today as well. But we're going to start out here. We're going to walk around. I'm going to talk about a little bit about habitats, environment. Feel free to ask questions at any time. So you'll have to be within 3 feet of me for us to pick it up on the mic.
Is the mic all good for all the people tuning in online? Everybody hears us?
Let me just point out Bernice here from Assemblywoman Stacy Amato.
Hi.
And her sister, right?
Yes, that's my sister.
Welcome.
Okay, very good.
And let's say hi to New York City Audubon right behind you, Danielle.
Danielle, come over and say hi.
Hello.
Say hi to me here.
Hello.
We can just hear you get a little.
Hello. I'm Danielle from the New York City Audubon Society, and we're happy to be out here talking about monarchs and pollinators.
Right.
Yeah,
But
it's
she's
gonna be a
got-
good
she's got
day.
Birds on that.
Yeah, I got.
I love that. That's the new logo. We'll clip you back
wanna
on.
clip me? All right, it's going to clip me.
Can you
So,
a little bit more about the Fort Tilden walk? Because I think
Yes.
a lot of people are confused about
Okay.
where to meet.
yeah, for the Fort Tilden walk, just to let you know where it is, okay? It's over the bridge to Rockaway, and you head on Beach Channel Drive. You'll come to the Marine Park Bridge. Don't go over the Marine Park Bridge because then you'll be in Brooklyn. We don't want to be in Brooklyn.
Hey now.
We're Queens people, man. So
Hey now.
you go to, there'll be a sign saying Brooklyn Bridge or Breezy Point. You go Breezy Point. You go straight along that road, heading toward Breezy Point. 193rd Street, you make a left. Go all the way down toward the Silver Gull. It's a little unit there. And make a left into the parking lot. But we can follow. You can follow me. I'll go slowly. So that'll be at around 12:30. We're going to gather up to do that, to head over there. Any questions? Okay. I think we're ready to go for our little walk.
Yeah.
Manus, come over here. Here's my junior ranger. He's hiding. Manus is an expert birder. You ever see him? He's got a little kestrel. Come on, I want to show them the kestrel. He's got the kestrel on.
Yeah.
That's what we expect to see.
Nice.
That's what we expect to see later on. And all for you small people, I depend on you for finding insects for me, because you're closer to the ground. Plus, you got much better eyesight than me.
That's true.
Oh,
Oh,
never mind.
close call.
All right. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody. We're going to start walking along the trails and see what we can see.
The moth will have some good stuff to start.
Well, I'm going to go this way first.
Oh, yeah, that way? Okay.
I've got the trail rigged, as you
Oh. Only the online audience knows. Everybody come this way.
walk this way. Young Frankenstein, I'm sorry. I don't remember the movies. I may mention references that go back about 70 years, so, you know,
It's okay.
like the Marx Brothers. Nobody remembers who the Marx Brothers are anymore. I'm a dinosaur. Anyway, a word about habitat. Monarchs, pollinators, all insects, bees, wasps, flies, moths, butterflies, all very important for the whole, planet here. For the food crops we eat and for the habitat. Right. One thing I'm trying to get the park to do is to change this sterile lawn into a wildflower garden. And throughout the park, not only the national parks, but the city parks, there's too much lawn everywhere. Lawn is sterile. And managers are afraid that they let it grow, it looks messy. When I worked for the Park Service, at Plum Field, I got them. I said, look, if you mow 3 feet off the edge and let the center grow, it looks managed. And now you're going to get these wonderful wildflowers. You don't have to pay anything. They will attract all the insects, especially the milkweeds, which are very important for the monarchs. So that's my story. I'll get off my...
Just ask you something. There's
Yeah.
tons of milkweed everywhere.
Yes,
Common milkweed all over the place.
good.
Where are the monarchs?
They're up north. No, it's hard to judge.
Well, I've been looking for them
Yes.
for several years.
Keep looking. All right.
I'm looking at them.
All right, we're going to head out this way because I have a couple little surprises for you. Anna, come over here. And what is your name? Annabelle, come with me.
What? My mom wasn't the black widow spider on this festival like
Was it?
years ago?
Yeah, we had a black widow spider. He remembers too. Not to worry. Not to worry. Yeah. Come on in.
This place has lots of insects.
Good. Oh, sorry. It's a...
We're going to go over by this monarch session over here
Uh-huh.
where I have rigged this.
I have an itchy foot. I'm going to
go over here for a second. Here. It's still there. Please be there. Probably fell down.
What's over here?
Okay.
What is
Yeah,
over
what's
here?
over here? Well, there was something. Let people come.
Gather around the lawn.
Gather ye around. So I'm going to ask Annabelle to look for something here. Annabelle. Check out. Now this is the milkweed here. Let everybody come.
What?
Sorry when we have a big crowd. You have to learn.
A beetle of some sort. Oh yeah.
Okay, hang on.
They're
Oh,
all
cool.
over the place.
He found a milkweed beetle already, or bug.
Good eye.
That's what I mean. We need them.
There's a whole pack under here.
Oh.
We found the mother lode of the milkweed beetles.
They're like a bunch. No.
A bunch.
They're like 13.
13, okay.
Lift that leaf on.
All right, whoa, we'll let everybody get a look at it, but
They're hard.
let's see how we can do this. Right, this is the monarch milkweeds.
Monarch milkweed.
It's called milkweed because of this white milky alkaloid
Orange.
that is somewhat toxic. So the caterpillar, the monarch lays its eggs on the milkweed. The caterpillar gets this alkaloid in its system, protects it. It goes through a chrysalid, a couple of weeks later comes out as an adult. The adult has the alkaloid in it. If a blue jay eats a monarch, it'll get sick and spit it up. The blue jay remembers black and orange butterflies. Stay away from it. You know, birds are smarter than you think. And they learn pretty quickly to avoid that. Then there's other butterflies. There's the viceroy. We have the monarch, the king. We have the viceroy, which has a couple little lines on the hind wing, which is, there's some question whether that is also toxic. But if not, it mimics the monarch. So it gets by looking like the toxic insect. There's another form of mimicry where if both of them are toxic, it reinforces it. But here we have some black and orange beetles on the milkweed. So they too have that, you know, warning coloration in nature. Can we get one?
Yep.
You can try to grab one?
See if you can catch one.
Okay, I'll try to get
Yeah,
some
they
on
don't
the
bite.
camera.
They don't bite.
They don't bite on.
People are afraid of bugs. You know, I was reading something at times where this woman, Marielle Anzalone,
Marielle.
mentioned that basically we are ecologically
Oh,
illiterate.
thanks, Chris. Come bring that over here.
I
I
think.
got one.
Oh, she's got one.
Yeah, Chris, right behind you. Done.
Okay.
Oh,
there we
to crawl
go.
onto my hand.
By the way, this is Chris. He's the flatbush gardener. Hi,
Oh,
Chris.
okay.
I stopped trying to
Here
crawl
it
up.
is. The milkweed bug. If it's got a flat back, it's a bug. Black and orange, milkweed bug.
How do you get one with your bare hands?
And they stay on the milkweed. They eat the plant, but they don't kill it. Here it is.
Orange and black.
Anybody want to hold it?
Thanks for getting it.
I want to look at one.
What is that called?
The milkweed bug. There's another one which has a raised back, which is the milkweed beetle.
I've seen the beetle.
Well, if we put them on you, you can walk around with people see it. Probably try to find it. Yeah, it's a pretty insect.
Do they eat the milkweed?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't destroy them.
Yeah, they feed.
All right, there's something else here. Okay, Annabelle, check out below that plant there. See if there's anything on the ground. Yeah, the milkweed. Look over there.
Anything on the ground?
Ground or somebody snatched it. They stole it.
What?
Not there. No. All right. All
They
right.
walked off.
Apologies. I had a fake caterpillar. I figured we're not going to see, if we don't see a caterpillar today, at least I have a fake one. It looks so real. I put it on the milkweed. Obviously, somebody that walked by earlier snatched the thing. All right.
That's just the
All
way.
right. Anyway, there's some other. This is a butterfly garden that the park has. Maureen Reagan, who will be here later, also at 1 o'clock. If you don't want to go to Fort Tilden, she's going to give a pollinator garden talk. But so this area is designed to grow plants throughout the season. It's important that you have flowering plants early on, like April all the way into October. So for all the different insects, their lifestyles and so on. And also it's the beauty, you know. So it's not only a great habitat insect, it's aesthetically pleasing. Pardon my tooth, I'm getting an implant, so. That's right, $5,000, baby.
Oh boy.
Better be good. Better last.
We hope so.
But this is New England aster, very pretty wildflower. Over here. That's one of the attractions right now. There's a little, looks like a bee fly over here. I'm not sure. A little green fly that looks like a bee. There's lots of other insects that use all these plants, and they help pollinate everything. So habitat is important. So here's a wildlife refuge, and this is what we should try to have. You mow it down once a year or twice a year. You let it grow up again. All right. So you keep it in open wildflower meadow. If you don't mow it, it's going to turn into a shrub thicket and then eventually an upland woodland. So we want to keep the diversity of habitats. Diversity of habitats means diversity of wildlife too. And that's not only insects but birds as well. All right, let's
Wouldn't work in Central Park.
although Central Park has got lots of wildflowers.
It's got lots of people.
And people, but it's okay. We try to manage for people as well. So it's important that we provide a place where people can see wildlife, like a bird line, for example, or trails that go near a nice meadow. But I want to check out this area over here. A couple of grasshoppers up top?
Hi. Maybe Katie did. Are they
Probably.
green? Nice and green.
Let's go over here. All right. All right, let's check this out. Let me get on my soapbox. This is a nest box for a tree swallow. And tree swallows are starting to migrate now. At the end of the month through October, you might see big swirls of them. It's a small insect-eating swallow that will be heading south to. But they do nest here at the refuge. And another component of habitat. Now we put this up because we don't have the big trees with cavity holes. We're nesting for about 40% of birds, all birds, need cavities to nest in, right? Holes. So we supplement that type of habitat by putting in a bird box, right? So that helps. Another type of habitat is ground cover. We don't want so much just sterile lawn. We want some cover, you know, enough debris that forms on the ground so insects and other things can get under. Now, where is Manus?
I'm over here.
I need a brave person. Just move a little bit of that brush away. Let's see what's under there.
Seriously? It's moving?
Just move it, don't worry.
Oh, there's a snake?
That's a what?
Oh, give away, Mike. What's in there? What's up? Oh my God! A snake. It's tame. Not poisonous. Won't hurt you. Normally, when I used to have live snakes here, and I'd bring out a snake.
I've seen them too.
The kids would move forward, the adults move back. But I didn't expect to see a snake today, so this is just to talk about the habitat for snakes. Snakes are very important. We do. We won't hurt you.
Aww.
Why are snakes important? I'm glad you asked. Like they're just another component of the ecology of the landscape. They eat things, they eat insects, they eat small rodents like mice. Other things eat them, like red-tailed hawks might catch them. And they are beautiful and interesting. Most of the snakes, we have no poisonous snakes here. I say to people, you could pick up any snake here and the most you get is a little pinprick. And they really can't hurt you. And they don't want to. And I tell people, if you're afraid of snakes, don't look for them. Because they're underneath, they're out of the way. Okay? So here, you want to hold on to that? Do you want this snake?
Did you know I have this exact one at my house?
Oh no.
He's such a clone, I swear to God. How about you, Annabelle? You want this snake?
Sure.
All right, you can have it.
Whoa. Thank you.
I'm sure your mother will be happy.
What are you going to name
name her.
All right. You have to name her by the end of the trip. All right, so Manus, for finding the snake, even though you gave away my rules, you get a reward. Milkweed to seeds. There you go. We're going to take a little walk over here.
You've got a bug on your leg.
Anything you see from now on will be real. Okay.
We promise.
You want me to hold that until later? Or you want to keep... Okay, got it.
One time there was a fake
All right. Oh. What's that? Oh, there's a kestrel, I think.
Up there.
Yeah, kestrel.
Like on Manus' hat.
Is that a kestrel?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That is.
Kestrel.
Yeah, it's
is
a
that a
small
real?
small falcon. That's real. That's not a wind-up toy. Where you go?
Up there, on the right.
On the right.
Like about 1 o'clock.
Okay, good eyes.
He's kind of floating around on the wind.
Well, yeah, you can go ahead.
Like up to that corner?
Yes. Yeah, right over there.
There's another one.
You see a
It's
second
the
one?
same one. Oh, yeah, it's 2. Okay.
Okay.
2
Oh, yeah, look at
kestrels.
them.
Wow, beautiful.
So kestrels are falcons that nest in New York City, believe it or not. Beautiful falcons. They nest in open areas on the edge of buildings and things like that. We used to have one nesting here many years ago in one of the big bird boxes. But they're migrating now on this frontal condition. So this is the first really good kestrel migration day. You'll see many more right on the coast. All the birds are pushed toward the coast. They bunch up along the barrier islands and they head south there. And it's a good guide for them too. But
How are the peregrine falcons doing on the Marine Parkway
the peregrine
Bridge?
falcons have been nesting on Marine Park Bridge for over 20 years. Every year they've been successful. They have 1 or 2 young. I don't know how many they have this year. But there are peregrine falcons, which is bigger than that, nesting on all the bridges from here all the way up to Albany. On every bridge. The native nesting habitat would be like the Palisades, cliffs, high areas where they have great visibility. But they love bridges and some buildings too in the city. All right, we're going to walk along this little boardwalk here. If you want to stop, you can read, or you can come back.
Hey Dawn, I always imagine these snaps closed.
You can come back and see Maureen at 1 o'clock if you want.
I've already named it. These snap closed.
Okay, we have a name. We have a name for the snake.
What is it?
What's it?
Yellow.
Yellow?
Yellow. All right.
All right. She named the snake Yellow. Okay.
Very good. You're good. Oh, a little sulfur, I think. Look. Right on the primrose. Right on the evening primrose.
Oh,
Butterfly just landed.
An orange sulfur flying over there. It's a common butterfly, not really native, but it is very common here.
Annabelle, did you see the butterfly?
There's a little bee over here, no, a little fly, I think.
I'm gonna change his name.
All right.
Dawn, the Viceroy looks so crazy. His name is gonna be Ravenclaw.
Oh, look at all these puffy milkweed pods.
Like Harry Potter?
All right, we'll tell the people in a bit.
Look at that. I love that.
Come on down, everybody. These are milkweed seeds.
We're going in. There's no poison ivy in here, right?
There's no poison ivy in here.
We're all going to stay right there. That way we're not trampling the plants.
Yeah, this is
Stay right there, Manus. You're fine.
What?
a little small white aster in bloom now.
We just
along
don't
with,
want to trample the plants, you know?
Tall goldenrod. What is this guy?
What kind of goldenrod that is?
We think it's tall. There's lots of goldenrods, and it's sometimes the one I'm most familiar with is what's right on the beaches. That's seaside goldenrod, and it really covers the beach area at Fort Tilden. This is small white aster. These are gone by. These are tall goldenrods. We'll have more goldenrods as the season goes on. This is the milkweed seed pod. So the plant depends on wind currents for reseeding itself
You
somewhere.
don't want to step on the plant.
There it goes. Let's follow it.
Growing there.
You What's going there?
Oh, you got a damselfly right here, Don.
Where?
Right behind us. It
Now that's kind of
landed.
the damselfly.
Well, it's going to be out of the way for folks, but it's sitting on a mint.
Does anybody want this in the home? Any takers?
I'll take it.
$5. $5. Do I hear 5? Do I hear 6? All right, you can have it.
All right, Don, this might have to be for the online folks, but we have a little damselfly on mint.
Okay.
2 of them. Just stay right there.
Can we get it with the enclave?
I think so.
Do you see it?
Let's see if we can get it on the camera. Yeah, I got
yeah.
it on the camera.
We have 2 little bluettes type of damselflies, which are on the seed pods over here. They're hard to see. They're like tiny little dragonflies, but their wings are straight back, as opposed to being out.
Damselfly.
We just had 2.
Cormorant, that's right.
Cormorant, cormorant. All right, let's go to a point where we can all kind of bunch around.
Yeah, go out that way. Oh, hold on. Yep, we're good. Of course. Oh, very nice.
There's also milkweed.
The little bluets over there. Little
yeah?
damselflies, yeah, just out there.
This is a nice flower. I'm going to pick it and show people.
Hi, everybody.
Could we see the red spotted purple?
Maybe.
Get everybody along.
You have to
here.
get lucky, Mama.
We'll get people.
Come on, everyone. Come around the garden. A nice big dragonfly, too.
Gotta get the blood off my legs. Sorry.
Oh,
What happened?
Green fly bit me. Nobody
oh
else.
A
no.
green fly. Come on over, everybody. Kind of
John, you said earlier that bees are not native to America. Where are they from?
the honeybees.
Oh, the honeybees. Oh.
Yeah, Italian honeybee, I think it is. The one that they use with pollinating crops.
Oh, okay.
Is not originally native. The bumblebee is the native one. Yeah. We have lots of bumblebees here. But you know, you leave them alone, they leave you alone. I've walked right through areas where there was a murmuration of bees, if you will. The sound everywhere. They don't bother you. Come on over.
Do the snakes bother
Join the
you?
group.
Not really.
We have a new name.
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
Like the Harry Potter book.
That's cool. I like that. I'm with that.
A new name for the snake.
Like the Harry Potter book.
Come on down. Let everybody come down.
That's good. I think we all like it.
This is a bigger group than we usually deal with. Come on down. I'm going to show you this interesting plant. Show everybody your kestrel when you walk around. Gotta give him something to do. Give him a job. Let everybody come down. Come on down. Come on down. Don't be afraid. I don't have any other props. I'm not gonna pick up anything and give it to you.
Love your shirt.
Oh, thank you. Come on down, everybody.
By the way,
People in the back can't see.
How do we know they aren't viceroys?
Good question. Because they don't have the hind wings don't have the black stripe, of course. Right, there'd be a black line across behind it. This is a nice plant that's in blossom now. And one thing about plants, we know the milkweed is toxic. It doesn't want to be eaten by insects, so you know, over time it's evolved to have that alkaloid. This plant has some nice chemicals in it. If you want to take a piece, crush it up and smell it, you'll know immediately what I'm talking about.
Is that camphor weed?
Yes.
Is it also called chickweed?
No. Not that I know of.
Oh, good.
Pass it around. Take a little leaf or something and pass it around. Here you go.
Thank you.
Everybody,
Smells a little bit like those maple roads, right?
come on your hands.
Yeah.
When I smell this plant, I think of my mother.
Yeah.
When I had a cold, my mother would rub
camphor weed.
vapor rub on me, right? And believe it or not, I'm so old that even before that we used mustard plaster. Remember that? Yeah.
I still remember that.
What's mustard?
I'm 82. My mother lived to be 106 and a half. I hope I have a gene. Anyway, so
Sounds good, right?
I like it.
you know what this is, right? Mothballs.
Camphor.
So camphor weed. All these plants have different chemicals. Some people call them weeds, but what is a weed? What is a weed? What is a weed?
I don't really know.
He doesn't know. Thank you very much. Weeds. Anybody knows?
That a lot of work. Sucks nutrients out of the soil and prevents other plants from growing.
All right, you can call that, but that's a very technical one. Are you a chemist?
No.
Something you didn't plan to grow there.
Yes.
Something that just grows.
Plant you don't want
Naturally
there.
grows.
So it's a plant that's in the wrong place. Right? My definition of a weed is a plant whose use to mankind is yet to be discovered. Where do we get all our chemicals from? Plants. Like camphor weed. Yes, young lady, question.
In the olden days, we also made medicine out of plants.
In the olden days, we made medicine out of plants. That's what we're talking about, right? Good. Yeah. All right, let's carry on.
You made me remember camphor finique.
Ooh, what you got there, Kit?
It was a medicine that got reports
Really?
in the 70s.
Camphor?
Finique. And that's what was that camphor weed.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So, there's a morning glory plume moth and an emerald on the wall.
Okay, catching on the way back.
Did you say the emerald of the world?
On the wall. Hopefully we'll see it on the way back.
The what?
We'll see.
You know, look at this
Gonna
plant
go around.
right here. Wow, what a moth we have. Let everybody kind of catch it. Just a question. How many people are here at the Refuge for the first time?
Show of hands.
A fair number. Very good. I always like first-time starters. Because they believe anything I say. But this building, when I was a kid, was an aircraft gun unit. In the 1940s, we drove to Rockaway. Yeah. Then it was transferred to the National Park Service as part of Gateway National Recreation Area. All the old military lands, thank God. But, so it was given to the Park Service, along with Floyd Bennett Field, parts of that, Fort Wadsworth, Miller Field in Staten Island, Sandy Hook. All the old military lands are part of this huge national park. But we call it the Wildlife Refuge because of its history as being a wildlife refuge with the city. But normally it would be Fish and Wildlife Service who manages these, you know, throughout the country. All right, but it is designed, and I helped design this. Lots of things are planted for different reasons. Some as windbreaks, like if you come here in the winter, it's going to be warm here. You got the sun behind you. You got some nice big pine trees over here. So it makes it a nice little protected area. Variety of different plants, different things. This plant we planted. It's more of a southern species, but it's taken over here now. This is called a hackberry plant. That tree. It does very well in the poor soil. And we planted a couple here because it's the host plant. So host plant means insects will lay their eggs on certain plants only, like the monarch on the milkweed. The hackberry butterfly will lay its plants on what tree? Hackberry. Okay, you win. She was the first. She gets a present. Good answer. But there's also the American snout. There's the tawny emperor, the mourning cloak. The different butterflies that will lay on this eggs on this particular plant. So that's why we have it here. And it's proliferating, so it's a good plant to have for insects. By the way, this is the highest point on this island. More hawks. Dragonflies, yeah. Dragonflies also migrate. Most of the ones, the common one is called the green darner. And green darner. And a couple of weeks ago we saw thousands of them migrating along the coast, along with everybody else. But so this is the highest point. It was the only place in this whole island that didn't get flooded. This is 18 feet above sea level. That surge was 14 feet. So it came up to the edge of the trail there. So this is the only, everybody else was inundated.
Hey, John.
How are we doing?
It's 11:30 right now. 36.
I
need
John. What did this make for you know? Do not ever.
they eat insects and maybe small rodents like mice.
When is a good time to plant it?
Are there any wood?
Probably you could overwinter it in the cold part of the house or outside the house, and next spring plant it.
Got it.
It basically looks
So
like
put
a
it in the
floating
fridge?
stick.
Yeah, put it in the
Hey,
fridge.
John, what's that?
What do you got?
A white thing in the bed.
Oh yeah,
It's
nice.
it's another damselfly.
But this one's white.
Yeah, it's a different species. Oop, there it goes.
They're flitty.
They kind of look like floating sticks when they're
Right?
floating.
They're so well balanced.
I know, but their wings, they're so fast you can't see them. They look like floating sticks. It creeps me out a little.
They're very good at flying.
I know. But when they are flying, it looks like they don't have wings.
That's right. It's so cool.
Let's bunch up a few. It's hard to do this with so many people, but I'll try to do it right here. So this is a dead tree, obviously, which is another type of habitat. What was that bird? Another type of important
A lot
habitat.
of
In
monkeys.
natural areas, you want a certain amount of dead wood. You don't want them in government, but we do want them in natural areas. Thank you very much. But this has got a nice hole in it there. And there was a woodpecker called a flicker inspecting it earlier on. So that's what, in the wild, that's what the woodpeckers look for. And we thank Annabelle for pointing it out for us. Well, they'll enlarge it, but they need soft wood to pest. Yeah, they'll keep working on it.
So they'll pick dead trees?
Dead trees. Yeah. Because live trees too hard to
Too hard to pick it.
They'll take it, it could be a live tree that has a broken branch or something that we get some fungus.
Are we going down that way?
No.
Hear the cricket?
Why are you going down
Let's
that
see
way?
if there's any plums left. Nah, somebody beat me to it.
What? No plums left.
Yeah, this is a lovely shrub. I planted this probably 2003, 20 years ago. It's called beach plum. And this time of year it should have edible plums on it. But somebody beat me to it. Somebody that knows. But we might find it out here.
I think it's a spider.
Little tiny berries.
A spider bit.
Yeah. I don't know what it was, but we'll see it when we
There
pass
were
it.
plums.
Here on the road.
Probably a type
Further
of
up.
spider like the big spiders
Or a
that you
caterpillar.
big
Hope my connection holds out.
spiders that you can find near like
I think
you were saying like a dog. I think you were
Here's a
saying
problem.
woman ate all the
Oh,
plums.
here's
There's another beach plum, but a lot of these plants are getting overgrown with invasives. I see some trumpet creeper coming in, taking over. Asian bittersweet taking over.
takes over everything.
It climbs up, it's shading out.
Yeah.
So that's a management concern here. So we recently, with the Jamaica Bay Rockwood Parks Conservancy, hired a resource management planner, which will, working with us, the organization.
Caterpillar.
Oh, hang on one sec. Good. Don't let it get away.
All right, we got something.
But,
Great.
so we hired this resource
I know
planner,
exactly
come up
what
with
that is.
plans, And what we want to have here at the Refuge is a volunteer coordinator and a landscape person who can guide people around to work on the refuge. Like over here, if you clip that vine at the base, you'll kill it. It'll die on the vine, so to speak.
I've seen that kind of
But otherwise, it's going to kill off here. Those are Virginia creeper berries. They're not edible.
Look at the caterpillar.
Okay, we got a caterpillar.
So we'll have folks take turns and go around and look at
Wanna
this
bring it over?
caterpillar that we have over here.
Let's take them.
You want to grab
I
it?
think I know what that is. Yeah. Oh, I know what that is.
Yeah, take it by the vine.
I think I know what it is.
Actually, Don will pass it around.
Mom, I want to
Oh, yes. Okay.
This is one of the. It's a moth.
One.
This is a moth caterpillar. And that little spike on the tail tells me it's one of the sphinx moths, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not, no. It could be, it might be a small polyphemus moth.
Oh, I've seen a grown-up one of
Yeah,
these.
there's,
Everyone wants to
you may get something like this on your tomato plants. The tomato
close to it
hornworm is in that grouping of sphinx moths.
Are they poisonous? Or
No,
caterpillars are venomous. Whoa, a bird!
where? Oh, God.
Can I hold that straw for a sec?
Where?
Oh, I need that.
Only.
I need to take a picture.
All right, you take a picture.
It's gonna come down and be like, there's dinner.
Stop that.
Here, pass it over this way, too.
Ew.
Where's Facebook?
I can't fly.
Are we still on Facebook?
Yeah, we are. I'd say we have about 20 minutes.
Sorry, we have so many people here today. You know, it's hard to do things with everybody. But I hope you all saw the snake. Annabelle, show them the snake. Snake, of course. Where's the caterpillar?
Oh, it's right here.
Wait. You can have it later. But we wanna,
Just taking a
we'll
picture.
pass it around so people can see it. You can pass it around, take a picture.
Here, Mom.
It's one of, I believe it's one of the snake moths. Now that will get bigger. They'll keep eating whatever plant it was on.
I see the grown-up one of those.
It might have been on the.
beautiful.
It was on the beach Plum.
A grown-up caterpillar?
No, I don't think it's one of the hornworms, I think. I don't know all the caterpillars.
Do you want me to look? So it's got like a
You
spike.
could pass it around if you would. Hey, John?
Tail.
mic fallen? Has your mic fallen?
No, it's Mike right here.
We got a mic there.
No, he's got another line. It's got lava. Oh, it's right here. It's underground. It's on the
Hello.
flat. I got more tape if you need.
It goes underneath.
Yeah, just against the shirt.
Oh, he's double mic today.
Okay. Nobody can look now.
Good.
I'm slightly undressed.
Where's the eyes?
Looking good, looking good. You got a great shot, love.
I know, I wanted it to be in the
Because
wild.
I'm sweating.
This one is a little fellow.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, that is a really good one. You got it in the grass before everyone.
No,
All right, let's find an open spot.
Oh, nice.
Did we get to show them the caterpillar?
Once they pass it around, I'll go get it.
No. Oh, you probably could. But that's.
Is that when it opens? Up here, it's like a blue.
The blue color.
Who's got the caterpillar? I'll take it.
This is red cedar.
Once you finish looking at it.
Red cedar has these cedar berries, which used to be the
Oh.
flavoring for gin, right? The juniper tree.
Juniper berries, they make dinner?
aren't gin like it?
It's a Juniperus virginiana. Pretty good, right? I remember that. But these are berries. I don't think they flavor it anymore with the tree. They probably have artificial flavoring. But originally, this was used. The birds will eat this. I've seen cedar waxwings eating it. Some of the other berries you might see here. Oh, this is invasive, but I do like it. This is Rosa Multiflora, the many-flowered rose.
Where's the caterpillar?
Now, some of these plants I like because they flower early. So this one flowers in late April. Beautiful, many flowers, which is great for all the pollinators. And then after the flower dies, this is the rose hip. We'll see some big rose hips out there that you can actually sample. But the birds don't seem to eat it until late winter. especially the
You
mockingbird.
want a picture?
Now, we have lots of mockingbirds here. They'll eat everything else late, like by March, everything else is gone.
Right?
This is their reserve. This is the survival food. But they don't seem to like it beforehand.
Can you plant
This
that?
You could.
Go.
You want to plant one? We don't recommend it. It's invasive.
What about juniper berries?
Juniper berries, you could try planting them.
But it's a whole tree.
Yeah,
Annabelle, do you want to hold the
Oh,
caterpillar?
aren't these juniper berries?
yeah, these are juniper berries.
I don't think you could plant it. Because
This is my beach plum
Yeah,
again.
but
getting
can
proud of that.
I use them as a spice?
Where's Annabelle? No, I'll put them back. Take good care of them.
Leaves of 5. This one's got 6. Wow, this is an anomaly. But leaves of 5 leave alive. Virginia creeper.
Now that everyone...
It's native, but it does creep up and shade out. These are the berries, which the birds will eat, but I hear they're not really good for us. They might be slightly toxic.
Annabelle, put it down. You need to set it over here so it doesn't get
Only slightly.
Very good. Good job.
Terrible taste.
Very
Your
nice.
taste buds are
Now he's
protected.
nice and safe away from the
A
birds.
lot of plants that are poison not good. If you eat a berry, you're going to
Yeah,
spit it out.
It is
Nothing's
going
going to
up.
happen to you. I've done that with even the nightshade here. You have to eat enough of it.
It's not moving.
But some of these plants, they don't want in areas where there are cattle. Oh, watch out for the poison ivy. Leaves of 5, leave alive. Leaves of 3, let it be. Poison ivy.
Oh, wait,
Can I
that's...
touch it?
Don't touch it. Ah! He touched it. He touched
You
it.
have to get the oil on you. All right? All right, we're going to show you. Don't you say anything. So a lot of people, if they pick the poison ivy, or they brush into it, or they break the stem and get the oil on them, you'll get a reaction, a rash. It doesn't bother me. Why? Okay. Why doesn't that bother me? Because it's not poison. He knows my routine.
I know.
What do you got?
Lots of small carpenter bees.
Oh, wow.
Sweat bees.
Okay, you are the
Right on the ash for
bee
there.
guy. Yeah. This is the bee guy. If you want to know more about bees,
This is a sweat bee.
sweat bee.
So I think this may be what you see. It's lots of bees. They're either metallic green or
Yeah, I've seen those.
kind of
metallic-
gold green.
A sweat bee.
And you think they are a fly because they're so small, but
Right.
they're actually sweat bees. And they're called sweat bees because they'll actually land on you to lick the sweat off your
Oh,
arm.
they probably want the salt.
Yep. So they're also called tickle bees.
Sometimes butterflies will land on you.
better, actually.
Yeah, I like
Butterflies
tickle
land
bees.
on you
Tickle
and get
bees.
the salt when you're sweating.
And there's also some small carpenter bees that I'm seeing here.
Okay.
And then there's also flower flies. So there's a lot of activity on
That's right.
these flowers. Do you know what this aster is?
It's small white aster.
Small white aster.
Yeah, if you get into insects, there are a lot more. For example, for years and years, this is known as a bird sanctuary.
Ask Chris.
So we have a list here of 340 species of birds.
Fellow right here.
Not all at once. This is over 50 years. Some of them are rare, Eurasian species, some from Alaska, West Coast, whatever. So there's about 40 that don't normally find here, but they're on the list. Most of the birds come through in migration. On a good migratory day now, you can see over 100 species if you're a good birder. But the 340 is the total.